Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all well. Apologies for the cars going past, but I'm keeping the window open. Right, we're back with another one, and it's another one that my wife brought me back from Turkey. A little Turkish beer haul that she got me. Now, it's brewed in Turkey, but it's actually a Dutch beer. And the one we are looking at is a can of Amsterdam Navigator. Now, this is a big old beast. It's a 500ml can, and this is coming in at 8%. It's extra intense and robust, it's saying. Now, it's brewed in Turkey by Efes, like I say, under license for Grolsch, who used to be owned by AB InBev, wherever they still are. So this is almost an AB InBev beer. Let's get this on PD. Maybe not. Right, so yeah. This apparently is, I think the brewery is actually Amsterdam or something or whatever, I don't know. But this is apparently their flagship beer. And it is a bottom fermented beer, like I say, coming in at 8%. Even the can looks very scary, it's got to be said. There we go. We got one of those little foil things on the top saying Amsterdam. Looks quite cool. So, let's get it cracked open and into a glass, and quite ironically, the glass I'm going to put it in, I could have put it in a normal Heineken glass, but no. We are going from one scale to another one. And I'm using this because I don't think I've used it in a video yet. We are going with the Heineken Silver glass I'm going to be putting it in, pint glass. Now, Heineken Silver, Dutch, so, you know, we're looking at sort of like a Dutch beer, although brewed in Turkey. 4%, and we're going to christen it good and proper with this 8%er. So let's get it ripped open and see what we get. I'm expecting it to be, you know, Dutch tramp juice, if you like. Shouldn't say that, should I? But yeah, we're looking along the lines of a Dutch version of like Tennant Super, Carlsberg Super, whatever they all are. I can't remember them all now. But yeah, is it going to be sweet and syrupy? Quite possibly. Is it going to be powerful in alcohol? I'm expecting to get that fucking oomph of 8%. Look at that. I was going to put it through me little Audi physics thing to try and give it a good head. But by the looks of it, I don't need to do that. So, beer in a glass, there we go. That's pretty, you're getting a proper true reflection. If I hold it over there, I'll probably see the same thing. It looks very sort of golden there. Yep. Golden, and look at the carbonation, absolutely fucking bonkers. We got 3.5 foot head, real compact. I don't think that's going to go anywhere, not for a bit anyway. Glass is nucleated, but it doesn't surprise me actually, the sort of beer it is, that it is well fizzy. So, Amsterdam Navigator, we're going to have a sniff first, or try and have a sniff. I don't really want to swill it, do I? What am I getting? I'm getting very much a sort of Dutch lager feel on it. It's got to be said. A little bit of a sort of Pilsner bite to it. Malty. But not a lot else, if I'm honest. Not a lot else. The head is so big, so I think what we're going to do, we are just going to let rip and dive in on Amsterdam Navigator, 8%, brewed in Turkey by Efes or Efs, under license for Grolsch. Let's dive in. About €2 me missus paid for this, £2, something like that. Let's dive in. Cheers. First impressions, actually. That's not that bad. That's really not that bad. It doesn't have that big, strong, astringent alcohol feel to it. It does actually taste very sort of like Grolsch, like I remember Grolsch tasting a long time ago, you know, when they used to have them fancy clips and people were putting them on their shoes in the 1990s. It's got a bit of that feel to it. and it's got a bit of a feel of like the typical sort of efes brewed stuff, which is that malty grainness. But let's start doing some review. I've got to say, the more you get, the more you drink of it, the less it tastes as good. Body wise, 8%. Yeah, it's not too bad a body. Don't expect a big 8% body. It's a beer. It's almost lagery sort of feel to it. But the body's quite nice on it. It's got to be said. It's a pleasant body. It's almost easy drinking sort of body. And the carbonation, as much as I mean, it's not whirling now like it was, but the carbonation is actually nice and calm in there. It's pleasant in the mouth. Doesn't roughen the mouthfeel, the mouthfeel up at all. Pretty smooth. You could say there is a slight, and it is only slight actually a syrupiness to it. That syrup sort of thing that you get from these strong beers. It is quite subtle in this, which is a good thing, because it still actually feels more like a standard beer than one of those super strength glucose fucking things that you end up getting. On the taste, malty, a bit sweet. There is that subtle syrupy feel to it, but not, like I say, not too much, but it is sort of there. But if I'm brutally honest, that is about all that's there in the taste. I'm certain it said somewhere, I think on the web when I was looking at who brewed it or who the actual brewery is, said about being fruity. If it is, again, it's one of them that you probably wouldn't notice unless you were told, and even then it's sort of, I think sometimes it's how you want to interpret it, like a lot of beers really, isn't it? You could possibly say there's a fruity note, a little bit syrupy, malty, a little bit sweet, no real bitterness there. I'm going to go in on the nose as well. No, it's just a big malty beer. It really is. It is just a big malty beer. A little bit like it does have the feel of an ale in a way. You get an inkling maybe of a little bit of a hoppy bite in the background, but that's soon sort of overtaken by the sweetness in the beer. But it's not over sickly sweet, that's what I mean. It's not over syrupy, it's not over sickly sweet, but there's not a lot going on in it, but it's, you know, it's actually all right. It's quite drinkable. I think it's one you'd get bored with. Not that you're going to go out and have 15 pints of this, obviously, but you know what I mean. But it's not too bad. The 8%, in all fairness, I think is pretty well hidden for 8%, definitely for a lager. You do get a little feel that it's stronger. But like I say, again, you don't get that sort of syrupy sort of side to it, or that sickly sweet sort of thing, or not a big syrupy sort of side to it, or that sickly sweet feel to it. I'll tell you what, for a strong beer, for one of them strong beers that a lot of us could call tramp juice, I've had a lot worse than that. I mean, that's gone down quite easy. I've had some that have been fucking vile. Don't get me wrong, this is no world beater, but I think it's one you could buy and you could drink easy enough. It's there's nothing really massively over offensive that you go, Jesus Christ, I can't drink that. Yeah, I'm going to give it a thumbs up actually. It's not the greatest beer you'll ever drink, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I think that's all right. So Amsterdam Navigator, brewed by Efes, under license for Grolsch, 8% ABV, bottom fermented beer, that's all it said. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. I think that's all right actually for what it is. If you see it, give it a go, because I don't think that's not one of them that's going to make you go, oh God, that's fucking awful. It's actually not bad. It's quite drinkable. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching. I've enjoyed doing that. That's been fun. See you on another one. Cheers.